Hey everybody, I hope you guys don't mind me just kind of in bed here. I'm still recovering from this hair transplant, so I can't be super active or not as much movement as usual, and I'm trying to avoid sunlight on it and stuff. So I'm gonna just do this video here in bed, but I'm gonna teach you something today about how to be unpredictable with women in a way where it doesn't seem staged and it doesn't seem like you're trying to be like a try-hard player. So one of the things that you're going to notice will drastically improve your dating life, okay, is if you can master the ability to be unpredictable. This will help your dating life because your unpredictability raises her interest. But when a guy does this in a way that looks and appears very unnatural, it looks like he's attempting to use game, or it looks like he's attempting to be unpredictable, completely backfires. Because now she senses this insecurity or this try hard energy. So instead, what I'm going to show you today is I'm going to show you how to be unpredictable and make it seem natural without her losing interest in you and without it seeming like you're trying to put up a front, right, or put on a front. You have to master the ability to make decisions quickly and commit to those decisions almost instantly because you want to. So you have to basically start doing whatever you want. Okay, so for the longest time, right, and let me give you an example. I live this way all the time. What I want to do, I just do. So for the longest time, I was like, I don't want to get a hair transplant. I don't really care. I don't need one. And then I literally just woke up one day and I was like, I think I'm going to get one. And I just went and did it. That unpredictability only comes when you just commit to doing what you want to do almost in the moment. Okay? So, when you live that way, it's very hard for her to read you because even you are just kind of living each day. And quite frankly, that's what makes life worth living. So the one thing here where this is very nuanced is when you live that way, it looks like you're at the active cause of other people's feelings or other people's emotions, meaning like you're not the one reacting to people, they're basically reacting to you. And women view this or this mentality as like a leader. And I know that sounds wild, right? Because you're like, isn't a leader somebody who, is always very calculated and, plans their decisions accordingly? No, like a lot of times women just view a leader as whoever can lead their emotions. So this really goes for anything, I'll give you an example. I went to a water park and I was like, I'm not going to do that slide where they close the door and then the trap door falls. And then I just did it. Right. So it's like you will raise her interest level and you will appear unpredictable when she doesn't know what you're going to say. She doesn't know what your next actions will be, and she doesn't know how you're going to behave, okay? This is what she views as attractive, right? Or this is what she views as a guy who's unpredictable. But you only get to this level if you, okay? Just listen close here. You only get to this level if you stop micromanaging. You only get to this level if you stop caring what you say. You only get to this level if you speak freely and do what you want, and your actions are free-flowing in the moment because you want to do it. So women view this as very, very attractive. The most unattractive thing to women a lot of times is a guy who's predictable, meaning he means what he says and he says what he means, and no matter what, that's always what he's going to do. That guy's boring because she knows what's going to come next. What's going to come next is whatever you said would happen. Okay? But the guy who does what he wants in that moment, what you have to understand is there's a very, very big difference between being indecisive and not being able to make a decision, and being able to make a decision quickly because you want to, even if it means that you changed your mind. So this is one thing that guys get very confused. This is one thing that guys are very confused on a lot of times is they conflict being passive or being indecisive with not making a decision, and they compare that, or they think that that's the same thing as changing your mind. That is two completely different things. If you do something and you say basically like, hell yes, this is what I want to do, and then all of a sudden you say, wait, no, I don't want to do it like that. I'm going to do it like this instead. You were very decisive in both instances. Your yes meant yes and your no meant no on both of them. But when you look at your life as how you want to live, and new information comes new decision, new information comes new circumstance, comes a new way of living, that is what she can't read. Your unpredictability only comes when you make decisions quickly and you say the things you want to say without any fear of her getting upset or her pulling away from you or you being worried about how you look. Like, let me give you an example. When I got this hair transplant, what I was going to do is I was going to get like a fade, and I was going to actually do it like I was going to get like a real haircut. Sorry if it's loud, my landscapers are outside. I was going to get like a fade haircut, and I was going to leave it long on top how it was. And then I woke up and I looked at the mirror and I go, I kind of want to shave my head. So instantly I just grabbed the clipper and I did it. And I just instantly started shaving it. No thought, no weighing the pros and cons. I literally just did whatever I want to do. Every time I make a video, even on this channel, I make it right away in the moment because I had the thought instantly and I want to make it. So I literally just make a video on whatever I want to talk about. I've had so many people direct message me and say, hey Casey, what's your content plan? What's your content strategy? How often are you planning these posts and how often do you batch schedule your content? Dude, I don't plan any of this. I wake up and I literally say whatever I want to say. Let the chips land wherever they want to land, man. Because in life, when you spend all this time micromanaging and you become so calculated, the woman sees that you're so predictable, your life is like an agenda. Your life is like based on a calendar of what's about to come next. And I'll give you a little hint, I'll give you a little secret. Women live that way. Women love the calendar. Women love the planning. Every girlfriend I've ever had in my entire life, I would see their calendar on their phone or the calendar that they hang up on the wall or whatever, and they're just micromanaging every detail. Because like a woman, she clings on to that feeling of control, right? She wants that feeling of control. She wants that feeling of control so much. It's like she has to know what's going to come next in her own life, which is why she tries calculating and micromanaging everything and writing every little detail on the calendar. Oh, brunch this day. Oh, going on a walk this day. Taking my dog to the park and meeting up with my girlfriend and her dog on this day. It's like everything is just planned out. Everything's written because she's like clinging to that feeling of control. And then when she comes across a man who does basically like whatever he wants in that moment, or just acts however he wants and says whatever he wants, she feels as like she can't control him, which is why women spend a lifetime trying to change their husband. So the way that you become more unpredictable with your day-to-day life is you stop trying to micromanage everything. When I woke up today, I did not know I'd make the video on this topic until like literally 10 minutes ago. When I literally go, this is what I want to talk about. I didn't think I would ever shave my head ever until yesterday. I just grabbed the clipper and I just started shaving my head. There is no rhyme or reason. There is no need to have a rhyme or reason. Even your words, right? Dude, I'll give you another example. Do you know how many times, like, over the years, like, I've had girlfriends and, like, I'll, like, commit to, like, plans or vacation or, like, like plans. Let's say it's a Saturday and for 2 weeks we've had this plan where, oh, we're going to take a road trip up here. And then I'll wake up that day and I go, I don't want to go, and I just don't go. Do you know how many times I've done that? Or do you know how many times I just randomly said, hey, let's go here? Randomly, right? No rhyme or reason. Didn't even know I wanted to go on vacation. And I'll wake up that day and I'll go, I think I want to go to Hawaii. And I just figure it out and I go and do it. Right? That's what I do. And that has paid dividends in my dating life to such a degree. Dude, it goes even so simple. You're messaging a woman, or it's a woman you've had a few dates with, and you go out with your friends and you type, I will text you or I will call you when I get home. And then she just never hears from you. and maybe the next day your excuse, even though it wasn't an excuse, maybe it's just true, maybe you just say, I didn't feel like talking when I got home, or I was too tired, or I wanted to go to bed right away, I didn't feel like talking. And it's like, the majority of men look at that guy and they go, he's indecisive. That is not indecisive at all. Indecisive is when you cannot make a decision. When you make a decision almost like right away, and then you just do whatever you want to do, and your next decision is because it's what you wanted to do, that is like the highest level masculine. You're literally just living the way you want. Like, I'm sorry, but if you want to put a term to what the word, or if you want to put like a term, or you want to describe what alpha would look like when it comes to energy, this is it. She can't micromanage his decisions because he almost appears like he can't be controlled, because he acts the way that he wants to in the moment, day to day, because that's just what he felt like doing. Maybe he feels like going on that date, maybe he doesn't. But like, if I could explain one thing to you, it would be to start to live this way. And then like, so like what I tried to do in this video is I tried to give you like the deep level answer. What a lot of the other like dating coaches are going to tell you is they're going to give you something simple, right? Something super simple, like your words don't match your actions. And they're going to just leave it at that. In my experience, that is not a good enough answer. That is not a good enough rhyme or reason to just say, oh, the player, his words doesn't match his actions. Well, no. There's a deeper degree here to this. What does that actually look like? How does that actually play out? How that plays out is, maybe you two had dinner one night, and then she wanted to stay the night, so she stayed the night with you, and you wake up and it's a Saturday, and you go, hey, let's go to a road trip. We're going on a road trip. That's quick. That's a decision. But she had no idea it was coming. This is the type of man she wants to stay by, because it looks like she can't, it's like she doesn't get to control his decisions. But I'll let you in on a little secret. She'll spend a lifetime attempting to. And once you're changed, that's when the whole thing's over. If you want to learn, understand, and master the language of women, which I advise you to do, right? I have a whole community, I have a whole system, I have a whole process to help you improve your dating life. I believe I teach this better than anybody. I've been making videos like this for years now. Join us inside of that. It's in my bio, it's in my description, or it's down below this video, whatever. We'll see you in the next one.